2 days away from the 44th annual River Bank Run here in Grand Rapids. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm News 8 digital anchor Luke Laster here from the Wood TV live desk. Joining me, two guests here involved with the River Bank Run. We have director David Madiol and race owner Russ Hines. Gentlemen, good morning. How are we today?
Good morning, Luke. How are you? We're doing great.
Good, good.
Buddy. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for taking some time. Let's dive right in here. Again, 2 days away from the race. Run me through the race itself. Talk to me as if I know nothing about the race.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, the race will start Saturday morning with the 5K beginning at 8 a.m. And then the runners will take off. And once they get out on the course a little ways, about 8:40, we will start with the Fox Honda 10K. And then we'll let those folks get going a little bit. And then the wheelchair and hand cycling runners, I shouldn't say runners, but participants will be taking off from that point in time. And then at 9:30, the 25K will start. So once we get past 9:30, we'll have everybody out and about on the courses. There's 3 different courses. And then the folks that started the 5K at 8 o'clock will be finished. We'll start seeing people come in at 8:20, 8:25. And so it's just a big cycle of runners going through downtown Grand Rapids. It's a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. So if you've never been down, we encourage you to come down and watch, participate. We will have a finish fest that will be down at Calder Plaza. You can join the feed from Wood TV and watch it on the Jumbotron and enjoy food and beverages and have a lot of fun.
I think that's a really good point, actually, if I can jump in, is, these runners, a lot of them are doing this for the first time, or even 25Kers who have done it a number of times. They still need that inspiration. They still need cheering. They still need folks excited for them. Mm-hmm. So that's a great thing that Russ said. If you want to, come on down. We'd love to have you and cheer these folks on who possibly are doing this for the very first time.
Exactly.
44th year.
Yeah.
Let's take a step back in history a little bit. How did we get to this point, and how was it from the beginning to the middle to this moment right here?
So the race started in 1978. It was a vision by some gentlemen at Fifth Third Bank to bring people downtown Grand Rapids. So the very first thing was the renovation of the Pantland Hotel. And then after that occurred, they decided, we still needed more people to come to downtown Grand Rapids because downtown wasn't like it is at all today. Obviously, no DeVos Place, no Van Andel Arena, any of those types of things. So the race was brought here to provide economic impact in downtown Grand Rapids. And Fifth Third did a wonderful job with the race for many, many years, through the 40th actually. And then they were looking to transition, and Amway was willing to step up and take over the title sponsorship of the race. And Fifth Third has stayed on as our presenting sponsor with Spectrum Health, who is our official health provider. And without Spectrum, we couldn't do this race. The number of doctors that they have that are out on the course and provide medical attention for us is unbelievable. We're very blessed to have them as a partner.
Let's talk about some of the hoops to jump through here. It's something that just kind of has to be addressed, is the hoops of COVID. What has that proven in terms of difficulty to kind of get to the point we're at now?
Well, it's been very interesting. Go ahead, David.
Yeah, well, I think that, Luke, we were hoping we were going to be able to have the race in May as usual, because we had to take a pass last year, obviously. We still had the virtual event, which actually was a lot of fun and turned out great. But Russ and team have been working on contingency plans since this all started for the race, and recreating contingency plans and reacting to the things that we all know, the changes that happen on a daily, weekly basis. So they've done a great job of getting us ready, getting the race ready for this October start on Saturday. We've got everything under control from a standpoint of how the runners are going to interact with each other, how they're going to pick up different things that they need to touch. Those types of touch points we have all taken care of. Russ was meeting with Spectrum, which of course, as he said, we couldn't have done this without them, and the health department, pretty much on a weekly basis these last number of months, just to make sure that everything was being done the right way. And we'll continue to do that. We have the 45th coming up in May, and Russ and team will continue to do that moving forward. Right, Russ?
Yep. The Kent County Health Department has been wonderful to work with. You know, we wanted to make sure that we put on a safe event, and they helped Meyer with the LPGA event. And so we worked with the same team that helped Meyer with their event to be successful and actually have in-person contact at the event. And you know, fortunately, we've been able to come up with a plan, and we feel very comfortable with that. I mean, there'll be, and there always have been, hand sanitizing stations on the course and things like that, but you know, obviously there'll be more of them this year. And as David alluded, you know, the volunteers will be pouring water and Gatorade out there, but they are not actually going to be handing it to the runners as they pass. And then we have self-contained water refill stations that are out there as well. So if you're running with your own container, you can fill it up in a matter of seconds and keep on going. So we try to think of everything to make sure that everybody's as safe as possible.
So COVID aside and last year aside, what are some other changes in the race, maybe formatting wise or anything along those lines that you guys are excited about?
Well, I would say that this year, due to the fact that we did have to move our dates, we had to change our course for the 25K. You know, due to the construction that's going on in downtown Grand Rapids with the sewer line being moved. And then there's also another event that's occurring out at Millennial Park. And so we weren't able to run through the middle of Millennial Park like we have in the past. So the course is altered. So it'll be a little bit different, but it'll be sort of neat because you're going to, as a normal runner, a casual runner, you're going to be able to run past the elites as they're running back into town. So it'll provide a little bit more of excitement, and you'll start to think about, you know, hey, can I go a little bit quicker? So it'll be fun, I think.
I think as far as excitement goes, I think Russ would agree with me. We're just excited to be back.
You're right.
We're excited to be back. We're excited to be live. We're excited to have all the runners, the spectators down there in our beautiful downtown Grand Rapids this weekend for sure.
Any specific storylines that you guys are looking forward to? Obviously, this race, you know, there's a ton of racers with incredible stories behind them. I guess a question directed towards the both of you. Any specific racers that you're like, yeah, I'll be watching this guy, or I'll be watching this girl, or something like that?
Well, there is a great story about our road warriors. That we have a dozen road warriors every year. For each year, we pick people apply to be a road warrior, and these are folks that possibly have never run before and want to set a goal, set objectives to do the run. So in 2019, our road warriors started out, and they usually it's a 1-year term, right? And they have to be training the whole time to get ready for the run. And unfortunately, the race that they signed up for got passed on due to COVID. So they've had to continue their training now for 2 years. They've become it's good and bad.
So they're pros.
I mean, it's if you talk with them, it's been a really fun journey for them because they've bonded quite a bit. These 12 road warriors. They not only run, but they also help out our charity partners with the race. But we just had a fun time with them the other night, and they all are super excited to get the race finished up on Saturday, so they can tone down their training a little bit. But I think that's a great story. That's number one. I'm sure we have anything else about.
Well, you know, you mentioned road warriors. We also have road warriors that were part of the program in 2018, and they met through the Road Warrior program, and they fell in love, and they are going to get married on Saturday after they run the 10K.
Very exciting.
They're gonna run the 10K, and then they're gonna go to Finish Fest, and they're gonna get married in front of the Jumbotron. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's sort of you know, and they reached out to me and asked if it would be all right to do that because, you know, that if it wasn't for the program, they would have never met.
Right.
So it's been sort of
very exciting. Yeah. That's a cool one.
But you know, there's probably dozens, if not hundreds, of stories, Luke, I think, that we don't even know about, of folks who, you know, maybe that's their first 5K, their first 10K, their first 25K. Russ, when we first started, really turned me on to that at the finish line, just hanging out at the finish line and high-fiving folks as they come across. You know, a lot of them are a little bit behind the elite runners. You know, we stick around, though. We try and stick around at the finish line and make sure that we can high-five as many people who you can tell It was a big goal. It was something, and to cross that finish line was so awesome for them, right?
Yeah, the emotional experience that you witness when you stand near the finish line. If you could just, if you don't have anything going on Saturday morning, come down and just stand there for a half hour, drink a cup of coffee, and just watch as these folks come across the finish line, and the sense of accomplishment that you see in their faces, and it's so neat to be part of that.
It's no small feat.
No, it is
one of
not.
those.
No.
Yeah.
And it's not any small feat for a lot of people to finish the 5K. You know,
Agreed.
I mean, you have to start someplace. And I will say, Luke, that if people are interested in getting involved, they can sign up until Friday at 5 p.m. You can go to AmwayRiverBankRun.com to get signed up. We're going to do packet pickup starting this afternoon at 3 o'clock at Calder Plaza. That's normally done at the DeVos place, but we're moved everything outside this year due to COVID. So you can pick them up until 7 p.m. tonight, and then again tomorrow from 11 until 8. So it's I encourage everyone, if you haven't done it, and if you need something to do on Saturday morning, it's going to be a beautiful day. Go out for a nice walk and help support these local charities.
Russ took the words out of my mouth. That was going to be the next question, was talking about packet pickup and things along those lines. Anything else, gentlemen, that you'd like to add here?
Well, I would talk a little bit about Finish Fest, because we were, thanks to the health department again, because and to Spectrum, because originally we were going to have to cancel Finish Fest, and then we discussed it, and since it is open air, everybody agreed it made sense to still be able to do that, to celebrate your accomplishment. So, our friends at Perrin, at Westside Beer, and at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort have been wonderful to work with. And we're going to have a lot of fun there. I mean, in 2000, our numbers are off this year, but in 2019, which is a more typical year, I mean, we went through 53 kegs of beer after the race.
Wow. That's one way to celebrate, huh?
Exactly. So it's, people are in a very festive mood, and it's not like, it's not that kind of a party, but I mean, just to tell you the scope of the number of folks that we have at an event like that. This year will be a little bit different, but we're still looking forward to being able to see those accomplishments and have those folks enjoy a good time after they finish racing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anything?
No, just come on down. I just want to reiterate, it's going to be a decent day outside. It's going to be a little cool, but grab a cup of coffee and join us, or sign up now. You can still sign up until tomorrow, so we'd love to have you.
David, Russ, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, again, head over to woodtv.com. We have all our stories related to River Bank Run there. And again, as David just said, you have time to sign up as well if you are interested in the race. This has been a look at the Wood TV Live Desk. Again, gentlemen, thank you for joining. Have a great afternoon, folks, and we'll see you on Saturday morning for the River Bank Run.